Hey guys, Manderlin here with an update on my Road to Max series. I know it's been a little while since my last video and I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna try to make these a weekly or at least a bi-weekly thing. With that, let's get right into it. I got a good amount of invention levels last time, and I realized that I can now make the auto disassembler. I have a lot of logs that I've been holding on to from Miscellanea, so I made the disassembler, got some charges, and plopped some maple logs right in there, along with some used shield bows. I don't have enough charges to go through all of them, but hopefully I'll remember to get more later on to keep it going. I'm disassembling these for now so I can get a good stock of materials like simple parts, along with strong and precise components to make gizmo shells. I seem to have a knack for not realizing when I should be siphoning things because I forgot my fishing rod-o-matic has been leveling up and could have been siphoned. I probably could have siphoned this a couple of times if I kept on track with it. I'd say live and learn, but let's be honest, I probably won't. Anyway, I got 63 invention from that. And I also decided to make and augment a crystal hammer because I've been thinking about working on some smithing at some point. I unexpectedly got another invention level shortly after just from disassembling fish of all things. I was doing this to get some enhancing components to try and get a rapid perk for my hammer. It took me several attempts when crafting the tool gizmo, but I eventually got it. I ideally wanted Rapid 3 of course, but I decided to settle with Rapid 2 for now so I can move on to other things. And then a little later on, after doing some Slayer tasks, I was able to siphon my Bando's chest and legs since they reached level 12, and my halberd is level 11 so I could disassemble that. Each one gave me a level, so I jumped all the way to 67 invention. My next goal for invention is probably to reach level 72 so I can unlock the Alchemizer machine. I think it'll come in handy for when I get reef and lab relics from elite dungeons so I don't have to sit there alching a whole bunch. But I have heard that it may actually be better to disassemble those to try and get some more hard to get components instead. Let me know what you think I should do with that. So I was starting to look more into other perks that could be useful for my tools and equipment. I wanted to get mobile for my Bandos legs, and I was shooting to also get wise in the process to get some extra XP for combat. I was lucky enough to get it, so I was pretty happy about that. I also got biting 2 for my Bandos chest. This will hopefully improve my overall damage with those extra critical hits. Eventually, I want to try to get devoted, so I have to start working towards getting the Zamorak components I need for that. I started to do some smithing so I can make gear to disassemble for components. I made Bane pickaxes for direct components, long swords for dexterous components, and plate bodies for strong components. I've been meaning to work on smithing for some time anyway to reach level 90 so I can start smelting Elder Rune. I've been mining a lot of Amica during Tra over time, and I have a decent stack of rune bars at the ready, so I can't wait to finally use those up. As I was smithing, I realized that I just hit full respect, so I took a look at the shop. I always forget to use my cannon during Slayer tasks, but I was very interested in the restocking cannon. If I want that though, I need to start at the gold cannon, so I used up 50% of my respect on that and plan to save up to get the royal cannon as my next upgrade. Unfortunately, I couldn't use my new shiny golden cannon at Curdle's dungeon, but I finished the Black Demon task here and got 85 Slayer. Then I got another Black Demon task and decided to fight my old friend Krill since Black Demons spawn with him. I got pretty lucky as I fought him because I got a Robes of Subjugation drop on my first kill of the day. And then later on I got the gloves. I got some levels too while fighting here and reached 86 strength, 86 attack, and 95 constitution. Last video, I said I was going to do as many Reaper tasks as I can because of the extra Reaper points awarded at the time, so I worked on that. I got a variety of tasks, and almost all of them were bosses I've done before, so they didn't pose too much trouble for me. I got a Reaper task for 2 Jads, so I guess it's finally time for me to try the Elder Kiln. I've been putting it off for a while now because I didn't think I could handle it, but I gotta try to get that Kiln cape. First, I had to actually do the quest for it though, so I completed the Elder Kiln and even got 78 range out of it from the lamp reward. Since I've been focusing on melee a lot lately, I wanted to try it with that first. I was going through it a little slow, but I was handling it pretty well at first. Back from when I fought Jad for the first time in the fight cave, I actually did great with the prayer switches. My biggest concern, I guess, was handling the waves of other enemies and later on facing the 2 Jads. But the double Jad wave actually turned out fine for me since I knew the safe spot to stand in. I had made notes for myself on when the Jads and Dills would appear so nothing would surprise me, but then on wave 35 I didn't realize that a Jad would spawn in a different spot than usual. I honestly panicked and flailed around trying to find a good spot. Luckily, I had a sign of life equipped, so I did die, but I came back with that. I expected the final wave to be the most difficult encounter, but it actually wasn't too bad. I did run out of food, but still had my overload and bruise, so I defeated him and got my glorious melee Kiln cape. I took a break from getting my next task and did some dailies. I ended up getting 92 woodcutting from the Divine Use, and then I got 86 Slayer from using my lamps. I disassembled my halberd too and got 68 invention from it. So I noticed that there's a traveling artisan event going on. I don't care too much for the cosmetic items they have, but I'll work on getting some of them. I got the goggles and the boots so far. If you didn't realize just how much of a RuneScape amateur I actually am, take a look at this. For the event, I needed leather, but I had no luck getting any from the GE. I'll get it myself, I thought, so I looked up what drops leather and went to fight some creatures in the Lumbridge catacombs. Just as I was thinking, wow, this is taking a pretty long time, Shadow Duke saw me and asked, why don't I just kill cows? I totally forgot I could make leather from cowhide. Something so easy and fast to do. So I did that, got the cosmetic I was aiming for, and then I just didn't continue the event. Whether it was from shame or the desire to do other things, I'll leave that up to you to decide. And then I got my next Reaper task, and I got 2 Jads again. But hey, whatever, it's fine. I just did it with melee on my first try, and my magic is a higher level, so I'll do that no problem and get my magic Kiln cape. I went through it at about the same pace as before, but overall I think I handled it a bit better. I was definitely more prepared for wave 35 and moved myself into a better position for Jad this time around. By the time I reached the final wave, I actually still had food and more potions left this time. I finished the whole thing about 10 minutes faster and got my magic Kiln cape. I'm feeling pretty damn good at this point because now I have the best in slot cape for both melee and magic. While on a curl task, I also got 87 strength and 87 attack. Oh yeah, and I got another Robes of Subjugation drop, so that was nice. I also got a Zamorak Spear, which is a 1 in 500 drop, and it filled another spot in my boss collection log. I got some good RNG today. I did actually get Bendicta as my Reaper task at one point. I've never fought her before, but I've heard I could get some good drops like the Dragon Rider Lance, so I guess it was time to try it out. So here's my first attempt at Bendicta. It wasn't terrible, I don't think, but there's some areas for improvement. Most of the time I got the prayer switch part down, but I did die on my second fight because I wasn't paying attention and didn't move out of the fire. I grew more accustomed to the mechanics as I went on though, and made some decent improvements. Since I got more used to her attack pattern, I decided to bring a shield to use resonance for the spin attack. It actually worked out pretty well, so I kept using that for the remaining kills. I will admit that I forgot I could also use devotion and could have used that as well, but I got too caught up in the fight. Maybe next time I'll remember to use things that help keep me alive. Sadly, I didn't get any good drops from Bendicta, but at least I can say that I got a new boss down and can add that to my list of potential boss grinds in the future. After doing all of those Reaper tasks, I got enough Reaper points to get an uncut Hydrix. I'm nowhere near the invention level needed to make the new alchemical Hydrix, but the price for this has really gone up because of its release, so I just wanted to get it to sell. I know I could have waited a little bit longer for the price to go up, but I sold it right away and got a nice 40 mil. I also got enough boss kills from all those Reaper tasks to unlock the Adrenaline Crystal in the War Hub. I really hope I remember to actually use this, but going off of my track record, I'm not so sure about that. And guess what? I got another double Jad task. I still have to get the Rage Kiln cape, so I wanted to go through it with that this time around. I had a crystal bow I could use, but it was almost out of charges. This would be my first time repairing it, so instead of spending $1 mil on that, I thought I could work to get 2 ranged levels and then get a Zarite bow since it's cheaper and will be a good upgrade. I decided to do some Shattered Worlds to level up since I'm still trying to get the Bladed Dive ability. I need 63 million anima to buy it from the shop, and I still have a long way to go, but at least this way I can get it just a little bit closer. After going a few rounds, I got the levels I needed and reached 80 range. By the time I finished, I had 27 million anima, so just 36 mil more to go. Alright, so I bought myself a Zarite bow, suited myself up, and I'm ready to take on the Kiln again. Since range is my weakest combat skill, I was a little worried I was not going to do it as well this time around, but it actually went by pretty smoothly. I brought along a Sign of Life again just in case I died, but I actually didn't need it. Right before the back-to-back Jad waves, I did make a pretty bad mistake. I forgot to save a restore flask so I can use my protection curses, and I completely ran out of prayer. Luckily, I noticed just before I killed the final enemy, so I activated penance and just sat there taking damage waiting for my prayer to go back up. I was seconds away from totally screwing up the whole fight. I definitely used up more items in this run than the others, and I took a longer time going through it. By the time I reached the end, I ran out of food and just had brews left. Having just the brews would have been fine, but I also ran out of overloads, so drinking the brews just kept lowering my levels and I had nothing to restore it. It was a little tight, but I beat him and was rewarded the ranged Kiln cape. I don't really use range too often, but at least I got this out of the way. Ah, and there they are, all 3 Kiln capes. My poor Amulet of Souls got worn out after all that fighting. I had to drop 5 mil for 2 onyxes to recharge it, but it's money well spent. There were a couple of other levels I got in skills here and there over time. I got to 97 prayer after offering some bones. I'm not in any rush to level up prayer right now after getting turmoil and such, but I've been getting a lot of bones from dragon tasks in the past, so I might as well offer what I have. After doing Tears of Guthix a few times, I got some levels from that too. As I predicted, each time I did it, I went up a level in runecrafting, so now I'm at level 69. I also got 87 Slayer from doing the god statues. Normally I would do prayer for this, but like I said before, I don't really need to worry about prayer right now. I think it's about time to check on Miscellanea again. It's been exactly 4 weeks since my last collection. I'm almost out of money in there too, so I'll just deposit another 2 mil in there for now and collect. And my bank is full, so I'll be back. Okay, so with all of those herbs and logs, I got about 5.5 mil worth of items. Okay, I feel like I say this every time, but I think I got a lot accomplished this time around. Lots of bossing was done, and I got the 3 best in slot capes. For the next video, I may try to work on smithing a bit to reach level 90. I have some more money sitting in the bank, so right now I have a decent cash stack of about 50 mil. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with that just yet. The next big thing I could aim to buy are the Cinderbane gloves, but I'm still several mil off of that, so maybe I'll try to make some more money to get those. Alright guys, I'll end it there for now. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment if there's any kind of tip you want to share. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!